Bidet critters, and welcome to the Critical Role Campaign 3 Character Primer. If you're a newcomer, a ravenous consumer of anything and everything Critical Role, or like me, and fell way behind in episodes, forgot most of what was going on, and decided to start over fresh from the beginning, then you, my friend, are in the right place. So go ahead and get comfy as we take a quick look at the characters you will meet in the campaign as we refresh your memory like I am, or get you acquainted with them for the very first time. Let's get started.
Choose your character.
Ashton. Played by Taliesin, Ashton is the party's resident butt kicker and Earth Genasi tank. Clad in leather, adorned with piercings, and displaying a very prominent hole to the left side of their head that had to be filled in with slide glass, Ashton self-describes as cranky and unpleasant. Coupled with his immense F-off attitude, they truly personify a punk rock. However, when it comes to making a deal, don't even think about dicking him over or his friends. Now, I have it on good authority from my contact deep within the Critical Role HQ. If you took Korg and infused him with the spirit of Billy Idol, and then shoved them both down into the pit of a volcano, and then set that puppy to erupt, the resulting explosion would birth into this world a brand new Ashton Greymore. Or at least, so I'm told. Fresh Cut Grass. Played by Sam, FCG is the Aormaton healer of the group, showing extraordinary kindness, politeness, and the desire to help, all the while being kitted out with numerous mechanical attachments for utility and combat. They are, simply put, Claptrap the Cleric, except not as stupid. Now, with that being said, this cleric of the Matt Mercer homebrewed empathy domain, aside from helping cure their wounds, also plays party therapist with access to some abilities of a sympathetic and psychic nature. Laudna. Laudna is perhaps one of the most intriguing characters in CR history. Reason being, well, if someone were to cast Detect Undead, she would register. She plays Laudna incredibly creepy, but has a surprisingly bubbly and easygoing demeanor, for a soulless, not quite a zombie that's been revived and brought back to life through mysterious necromantic means. Now, I won't get into her backstory, but if you are a fan of Campaign 1 or the animated series, it is an outstanding reveal. Draped in tattered clothes and accompanied by her dead rat puppet Pate, she serves as one of the casters of the group with her sorceress and warlock abilities and her horrifying form of dread. Think of Laudna as Wednesday Addams, Ava Green from Penny Dreadful, and The Grudge, all stitched together and served up like some lovingly necrotic soup. Imogen. Imogen is the other sorceress of the group and BFF to Laudna. She is pretty much a soft-spoken Southern belle armed with the magics of a more psychic and telepathic nature, and constantly straining to suppress being bombarded by the thoughts of anyone in the area around her. However, when she wants to, she can lower her guard and utilize this ability to attempt to read other person's thoughts. Another very interesting aspect of this character is that she has been plagued by nightmares of a red ruinous storm constantly threatening to consume her. As a result of having these dreams for the past decade, marks have appeared on her arms that appear to be purple lightning bolts forking up from her wrists. When she isn't blasting enemies with her psionic or telekinetic abilities, Imogen proves to be a quick thinker, a smooth talker, and a strategist for the group. Fern. Fern is 50% woman, 50% deer, 100% chaos goblin. Fern comes to us with the interesting combination of druid and rogue. Her soft, demure voice and cute demeanor is sharply contrasted by her occasional erratic behavior being a source of innuendos abound, and not being afraid to steal anything that catches her eye. This is by far my favorite role that Ashley has played so far. When he makes Bambi with a gremlin, this deceptive fawn will always go for the kill. Either that, or she will sick her friend Little Mister on you, and that's one monkey I don't want to deal with. Orym. This character is a departure for Liam, taking a step back from the tortured and sullen characters from Campaign 1 and Campaign 2 with a tragic backstory. Orym seems to take the back seat in this campaign instead of being the main driving force compared to the others. He's just a normal guy, just a normal 3-foot 3-inch halfling, this time with just a somewhat sad backstory. Generally serious, he's the guide, he's the rock. He's the guy that will jump into the fray to protect his friends and dish out some decent fighter damage, all the while trying where he can to help keep the group focused and on task. At first, he may seem like a shepherd combined with a pet rock, but I think secretly he's Captain America, still mixed with a smaller pet rock. But future episodes may prove me wrong.
As far as I'm concerned, that's America's ass.
Dorian. Blue Boy Dorian, portrayed by newcomer Robbie Damon, is the performer extraordinaire when he's not stricken with stage fright. Both competent and charismatic, Dorian downplays the fact that he comes from wealth, preferring to distance himself from his earlier life. Desperate to prove himself, he does what he can to best aid his friends with both word and weapon. Rock on, Prince. Rock on. while you're there. Bertrand Bell. Bertrand Bell is a pseudo-member of Vox Machina and instrumental in the formation of the aptly named Bell's Hells. This bombastic silver fox wields a rapier just as elegant as the exaggerations he tells everyone. Once proclaiming to have retired immediately after helping Vox Machina recover Grog, Bertrand later settled in Marquette and worked briefly for Lord Esteros before helping to unite the cast into a formal group. With all the craziness going on, something tells me he's gonna be retiring again. For good. Chetney. Joining the party a little later and coming in just an inch taller than Orym, this gnome furniture and toy maker may seem a little familiar if you had seen a previous Christmas one-shot where he tried to kill Santa. Being portrayed by Travis as the legit realization of his previous character, Chutney Chocolate Cane, bearing similar scars, similar weaponized wood chisels, and a similar acts of aggression towards their bosses. Chetney hails from Uthadern instead of his counterpart from the North Pole. Sporting is nearly as much silver gray hair coming out of his ears as there is on top of his head, this stubborn-willed, foul-mouthed blood hunter rogue is not to be trifled with, lest he carve your bones into an adorable trinket. He would rather be working with wood, but he would probably do it anyway just to spite you. You don't really want to be near this fella when he goes feral. He's a little terrier. Terror.
Take a step back, in fact. It's a crazy world out there.
And with that, you are either well equipped to begin your journey through Campaign 3 of Critical Role, or you just watched a video in which you already knew everything I was talking about. Either way, I hope that you were entertained, and if either of that is the case, I would kindly ask you to hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't already. And for those of you already in the know, what were some of your hot takes when you were first introduced to the Bell's Hells? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you all so much for your viewership, and as always, my name is JudgementFish, and I will see you in the next video. Take care, everybody.